In my opinion, making Obi-Wan Kenobi a Jedi Master right at the beginning of the Clone Wars proved to be one of the biggest mistakes that the Jedi Order made, and ironically, had little to nothing to do with Obi-Wan Kenobi himself. So why is this? Why outside of the Star Wars universe is Obi-Wan becoming a master such a controversial topic? Well, today let's break it all down, as we have set aside a very special holocron specifically for you, talking about the Negotiator, the Guardian, Obi-Wan Kenobi. In Attack of the Clones, there is a common misconception, that being the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a Jedi Master, which in actuality is incorrect. Obi-Wan at this point in time is a Jedi Knight. Anakin Skywalker is officially his first Jedi pupil. In order to become a Jedi Master, it didn't really denote someone as being more powerful, or even more prestigious, and although being a Jedi Master did allow a lot of access to the forbidden section of the Jedi archives that the Jedi Knights would not be permitted, there were a lot of Jedi Knights of the Order that were considered just as prestigious, powerful, and valiant as many of the Jedi Masters were. To be a Jedi Master required a little bit more. It required a personal touch, and obviously, to become a Jedi Master, one would need to train a Jedi initiate of their own to the rank of Knight. And the reason Obi-Wan Kenobi was allowed to become a Jedi Master during the Clone Wars and the outbreak of the Clone Wars was not because of his own skill per se, but rather was just as much a testament to his student in Anakin Skywalker, who had progressed far beyond any of the other Jedi initiates in the Order at that time. Anakin Skywalker was a prodigy in part because of his latent talent, but also because he in truth had a phenomenal teacher. And although he was far from the perfect teacher that he needed in Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi was given the task of training the Jedi Chosen One at an exceptionally young age. In fact, it was his first task as a Jedi Knight, and he absolutely blew everyone's expectations out of the water. Beyond this though, he had gained the pure respect of Master Yoda and Mace Windu, who noticed that not only was Obi-Wan Kenobi becoming a powerful teacher and a Jedi Knight, but he was also an extremely skilled fighter and more importantly, a negotiator. He represented the values that the Jedi Order needed during that time. This is something that in a rare moment of praise, Darth Sidious would even level at Obi-Wan's way. He said that Obi-Wan Kenobi harkened back to the Jedi of old, attacking his tasks with a singular mind, no hesitation. Obi-Wan Kenobi was the sword of the light side, and because of Anakin Skywalker, his skills had grown astronomically. Anakin was proud, powerful, and if you were going to gain the respect of Anakin Skywalker, you too had to hold your own on the battlefield. And Obi-Wan Kenobi knew this, but Obi-Wan was wise, and he managed to temper the Chosen One. In truth, Yoda and Mace Windu decided to make Obi-Wan Kenobi a Jedi Master in large part due to Skywalker. So with all of this praise I just levied at Obi-Wan's way, and the Jedi Council elevating a notable and a powerful Jedi Knight to the rank of a Jedi Master, and deservedly so, what's with all the controversy? Well, my friends, it doesn't have anything to do with Obi-Wan, but rather how the Council would react to Anakin. It's no secret that the Council never trusted Anakin Skywalker, but where this really hit home was during Revenge of the Sith, where Anakin Skywalker was gifted a seat on the Jedi High Council, but not given the rank of Master. This stung in part so much, because at the beginning of the Clone Wars, this is exactly what happened to his own master in Obi-Wan. Not only was he elevated to the council member, but he was also given the rank of Jedi Master, in large part because of how Anakin performed during the Battle of Geonosis, and how he performed against a Sith Lord in Darth Tyrannus. These were things that to Anakin he accomplished, not Obi-Wan. If anything, Obi-Wan was taken out of the fight early, and while it was true that he was a great negotiator, Obi-Wan to Anakin was far from the Jedi Order's greatest warrior. That accolade belonged to Anakin, and yet, the Council denied giving Anakin what he rightfully deserved, the rank of Master. The only reason they saw fit to withhold it from him was because he was placed on the Council indirectly by Palpatine, but more importantly, because Anakin Skywalker's own student never achieved the rank of Jedi Knight. But why this is so critical to Anakin is because she never achieved that rank because of the actions of the High Council. It was the High Council that had condemned Ahsoka, sent her to prison despite her pleas, and despite the pleas of Anakin Skywalker himself. And when she was finally acquitted of all of her crimes and decided to leave the Jedi Order, they punished Anakin instead. They withheld from him the rank of Jedi Master, because technically Ahsoka was not a Jedi Knight. Ahsoka was arguably trained to be better than any other Knight during this time. She was competent, and because of Anakin's training, she was one of the few Jedi that survived Order 66. And yet, to get back at Anakin, through no fault of his own, they withheld from him the rank of Master that he had earned. In Star Wars canon, it is believed that Obi-Wan Kenobi filled the council seat of Jedi Master Coleman Trebor, who was killed during the Battle of Geonosis. The council at the time deemed it necessary as they needed capable Jedi, especially since the war had kicked off. And Obi-Wan not only had proven that he was a good warrior, but he was also proven to be a tactical, dangerous mind, both in the quiet meetings that would happen behind the scenes of the war and in open battlefield engagement. In Star Wars Legends, it was confirmed that Obi-Wan Kenobi filled the spot of the Jedi Master Depa Billaba, who fell to the dark side of the Force shortly after the Clone Wars broke out on the world of Haran Kal, with this being an event that we've covered extensively and happens in the Legends novel Mace Windu Shatterpoint. In Star Wars canon though, this never happened, and Depa Billaba maintained her seat on the council for longer, eventually taking upon herself a Padawan of her own in Caleb Dune, who we may better know as Kanan Jarrus. Obi-Wan was elevated to the rank of Jedi Master at a very young age too, and given a seat on the council immediately. High praise. But he did this because Obi-Wan too was a special sort of Jedi. He was trained to be very unorthodox by Qui-Gon Jinn, and Yoda believed that he could have insight into Dooku, who was proving to be the Jedi Order's greatest thorn, leader of the Separatists. Because of this, Yoda knew that Obi-Wan was critical to have on the High Council. What was shocking about this is Dooku's heart was no longer even open to Yoda, but for some reason, he had trusted the young Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi because of Qui-Gon Jinn. Obi-Wan had grown into a powerful Jedi Master himself. He was not a prodigy to begin with, he simply trained, and his alliance, friendship, and brotherhood with the Chosen One had elevated him to levels that he would not have seen otherwise. That is why in the end, it's just so unfair. Obi-Wan Kenobi made it to the Jedi Council in large part due to his own merits, but also due to the merits of his Padawan in Anakin Skywalker, and the fact that they withheld from Anakin the rank of Jedi Master later in the war, despite it being because of actions made by the High Council, just comes off, frankly, as extremely petty. If anyone deserved to be a Jedi Master, it was Anakin Skywalker. And what makes things even worse is he deserved to be elevated to the rank of Master at that point in the war. It could have served as a sort of pseudo-apology from the Jedi High Council, but instead, they decided to spit in the young Skywalker's face. How Obi-Wan elevated himself to the rank of Master has always been something that's been intriguing to me, but the fact that upon researching it, and the fact that Obi-Wan was essentially given the rank of Master for all the same reasons that Anakin was not, is truly infuriating, and one of the most short-sighted decisions the Jedi Council ever made, of which they have many oversights. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on the lore? What are your thoughts on why Obi-Wan Kenobi was given the rank of Jedi Master and a seat on the High Council, and why Anakin was denied the rank? This video is special as it's a little bit more of an opinion piece, and I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say below as well. As always, my friends, thanks so much for watching the channel, and as always, may the Force be with you.